Hello, I'm currently here in a very exciting and beautiful area called Koli. Koli is in the North Karelian area by the border to Russia, and is one of the most picturesque locations I ever visited. And when I mean ever, I mean ever. And really the whole idea of this area is that when people come to visit, they feel it like they see it as the face of Finland. So I've been now since yesterday here in Koli attending Koli Horizons and had the pleasure of meeting Tiina Kujamäki. Hello, Tiina.
Hi.
We had first thing about happened when I arrived to Koli. I went to visit an old school that has been converted into a lodging place. And Tiina has showed me around a little bit, and I thought I was fascinated. And I want to share with you she can tell her story. So Tiina, please share about the free time. And are you from Koli, or did you just decide to come here? What happened?
Yes, well, actually, I was born in Helsinki and lived most of my childhood in Western Finland. So, unfortunately, I have to say that I don't have any roots here in Koli. I visited here. I was doing the scouting thing and we did some hiking. So I have visited Koli back in the 1990s. And then when the COVID hits, so I visited Koli next time, 5 years now. And that was my second time here. And when we visited with my husband the Koli area 2020, 21 we moved here from Helsinki. So we could say that it was a love at the first sight.
Very good. You're running a business which is very competitive business, a lodging business. Is that something that comes natural to you, or is something that you decided that this is what I want to try on?
Well, I think it was a combination of both of those, what you mentioned, because I do love challenges, but I do also love interaction between the people. So in my previous life, I was a consultant, and most of the days I spent talking with people, having workshops and interaction with the people. And during the COVID, I missed that a lot, the interaction. So it was just like a heaven for me when we moved here, and I was able to talk with the people in the reception. So I do work in front of the company every single day when we are open. So because that's something that I got the energy from.
Very good. Well, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this podcast, because I have a chance to meet people, mostly online. Tiina was very kind enough to agree to be my guest for today's episode. Tell me about your vision and your plan, because I think you've been having some sleepless nights, clearly, about dreaming of what you want to do with this place. So tell us.
Yeah, so when we moved here 21, so I had my big vision that I want to build something lasting and I want to build something big. First, of course, I wanted to rest a little bit after hectic life in a very hectic business. But I think I could combine those two aspects here in Koli as well. So what I want to do is grow a big business here. We have an accommodation place at the moment. It's a resort which has been there since 1990s. But I do have a vision that we could provide more high quality accommodation places for our guests, and we could provide so much more. And to be honest, my big vision is that I do have this kind of similar resorts all over Finland, probably even outside Finland. We'll see what happens in the future. But the idea is that we are building the first place here in Koli, because to be honest, we are actually not in the Koli. We are 10 kilometers from the Koli area, so we are actually in Juuka municipality where we are located, but very, very close. So it's our first place, and we are building the base for the idea, and then we can scale it up and we can copy that to another places. Of course, always adding some natural features which are authentic to those places.
So tell me how people find you. Because you mentioned that people are from around the world staying with you, and so I was very happily surprised to hear that. How do they really connect with you?
I think most of the people found us from Google. They just Google accommodation in North Karelia, or they are coming from Central Europe and they have probably saw us in social media or campers. We have a camping site as well. So we have been part of quite many brochures and this kind of how do you call those? Some kind of brochures where you give tips that, okay, do a road trip around Finland, for example, and stay over there. That's a good place. And I think it's a word of mouth is one very big recommendator for us as well.
What are some typical questions that the first-time traveler asks you before they choose to stay with you?
What we can do in Koli? That's the first question. And the next one is that, okay, where we do find restaurant, where do we find some services we are looking for? And can we buy this and that over there? Can we see auroras here? That's very common as well.
Very good. So what do people do actually when they come to Koli and stay with you? How long do they tend to stay with you? What is a typical day for so many people?
Normally people book 1 or 2 nights when they are coming to our place, for example, in the accommodation, rooms or cottages. Cottage is normally a little bit longer, but normal day stay is a few days. But they come here to enjoy the nature, of course, hiking, biking, wintertime skiing. Not that much downhill skiing, but more the cross-country skiing. And of course, the lake is very important to us. We are next to the lake. They do the rowing over there or canoeing. It's a safe, small lake, so it's easy to do. And what has become more popular now is people are asking sauna, of course, and the wellness is increasing a lot. Ice swimming possibility and private saunas. That's what we do a lot. But what's happening quite often when people come to our area, and I'm a little bit chatty person. So when I talk with the people and they realize that, okay, you can do so much more and you can experience and you can, for example, go around the lake Pielinen, which is about 370 kilometers. So they decide to extend their stay, unless they have booked another place where to sleep over and if they can't cancel that. But it happens quite often that people tend to stay more time when they come here first and then they hear and love the nature. So I think we are a little bit suffering that we haven't been quite able to bring out the atmosphere to the people so that they could actually see that, okay, there are so much things to do and you could actually calm down. Most of our customers, for example, from the Central Europe, they come from the big cities, just like München or Frankfurt or Paris or something like that, or London. So they are desperate, seeking the privacy and serenity, tranquility. So, and that's what we are offering them.
So could you give me a small episode or sample of some funny situation that happened with a guest, which maybe it was a misunderstanding or they didn't expect it, but everything turned out to be okay?
God, that's a tricky question. I think we have so clever customers that they have known at least where they are coming, so that it has never happened that they are expecting that this is a big shopping possibilities, our place, or nightclubs. At least I haven't heard about that. Yeah. Probably it's the most common thing, just like Finns more often hear that, okay, where are the polar bears? One thing was that I was surprised. It was, I think, the first summer when we were here, 2021, and we did have a quite young German guy. And he came to me and asked, is it actually safe to go to the forest and do a walk by myself? Because what I have heard is that elks, the mooses, can be very, very dangerous. That was when I was a little bit silent for a while, because I was thinking, mooses, I'd never heard that they can be. But he had heard about a story about them separation time when the mooses babies are a little bit older and they have to be separated from their mothers, and mothers are running away from the mooses. So that might be the reason behind that story. But yeah, I assure him that he will be very lucky if he see the wild animals, because in our area there are a lot of animals. We have lynxes, wolves, bears, wolverines, and of course the mooses, but they are very scared of people. Yeah. So they do have enough food in the forest, so they stay over there and we stay in our yard. So we have agreed with that.
Yeah, and you just see it from some droppings in the forest that
Indeed.
they have been there.
Yeah. Or you can hear them doing some noises a little bit further on, but they will be running away from you.
Yeah. I was impressed but you mentioned in your presentation that you were looking at creating some herbal creams and cosmetology or something like that. I thought it was such a great idea. What happened to that?
Well, to be honest, I'm not creating them. I do have a partner here in Koli area, and it's very popular in these days, again, for people to gather wild ingredients from them forest, for example, pines or some other things from the forest. To be honest, I don't even know the names of those plants, but they are gathering those. And there is actually just like wellness and health issues behind those. Natural cosmetics is quite popular in Finland these days. So that's something which connects our surrounding nature to the sauna traditions, for example. It's very common in Finland that you do a foot spa for yourself. So you put some beautiful flowers from the garden, which is actually giving some essential oils for your feet, and you add some beaches, for example. That's, for example, also reason that why people are doing the whipping. So that's just like a combination of two nice features. Okay. Sauna and the self-treatments, and it's actually good for your body.
Very good. So one thing that has also impressed me is that you have a pretty good relationship with entrepreneurs here. So I see that it's a very important part. I mean, because this can be what I call the cutthroat business, because your people are fighting for the business. But you seem to be very cooperative, and when you are running full, you just call other entrepreneurs to find a bed overnight. How did that relationship develop, or is it just the nature of people here?
I think it's the nature of people who have decided to move here. And I think when it comes to the tourism, it's I can't say is it totally impossible to do it by yourself, but in most cases you need other people. You need municipalities to do their actions when it comes to the infrastructure or advertising and marketing. You need the visit organizations to do something for you. You need DMCs and you need other companies to providing the services. Of course, I could do those all by myself. But then it's just like, is that actually my business? I want to concentrate on accommodation services and food business. That's my thing. And when it comes to the programs and activities, what the people are seeking. So I want to partnership with other companies and entrepreneurs. So then I think that we all can do our best things, where we are best ones.
Very good. Can you give me maybe your key takeaway from this event? I mean, we are here for the first day, and we have another day tomorrow. But just sort of your initial impressions about today's presentations, and what is some key takeaway that you enjoyed listening to?
Yeah, I think it's always inspiring to hear the stories from different angles. We have heard about investors today, that how do you apply investments and what they are looking forward for and things like that. But it's also connecting with other people. I have met so many people. Some of them I know, and I probably met them last year here, but not during the last 364 days. I haven't met them. So it's just like I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing the business by myself. So it's just always nice to talk about these things with other people as well. So for me, it's just like one good way to have somebody to go throw the ball and giving inspiration and creating new thoughts that, okay, what could we do actually? And are we doing that one? Or are you doing that one? Have you tried this one? And of course, it's just like a comforting, just like you mentioned, this business is not the easiest one, not especially at the moment here. It's just like sometimes you can be a little bit frustrated or down that, okay, nothing is working at the moment and I'm struggling here, and is there a point of doing that? But somehow it's a little bit comforting to hear it from another entrepreneur also that, oh, we are facing the same issue. And then it's just like, okay, it's not just me and in my head, but it's just something. And then we can talk more and find a conclusion or solution for that, that, okay, have you tried this? Or have you tried that? And did you hear what they did over there? Or you have to meet this person. So this is how I met, for example, you. Sari introduced you to me, and then we had a nice chat, and now we are here.
Very good. So my final question to you, Tiina, is if people want to connect with you, how can they reach you? What are your either social media contacts or emails, and if they are planning their visit to your area, how can they reach you?
Well, you can find me from LinkedIn, Tiina Kujamäki, and of course I'm a little bit lazy on social media on my own accounts, but I'm also in Instagram, so Tiina Kujamäki over there, and of course our company, we have a web pages, Koli Free Time, and social media, Facebook and Instagram with the same name.
Very good, Tiina. So thank you very much for joining me today. And that was my conversation with Tiina Kujamäki. She has a wonderful small resort, and I highly recommend that you take a look at it and contact her for your next visit.
Thank you.